Well, we're on our way to the biggest comp of the year when it comes to offshore kayak fishing. Very much a fun comp. Consistently bad weather, it seems, in recent years, but also tough fishing for me in the past. I always do all right in the pre-fish. I come out guns blazing, and then it all falls apart pretty quickly for me during comp time. So hopefully we'll break the trend. We're on a high from the comp, the Noosa comp, winning that one. So, you know, we've got the trophy to prove something. We're going to come in, we're going to catch some big fish. Hopefully, I haven't caught a Spanish mackerel for the season. We're getting later in the season now, but there's no reason why we can't do it. So we're going to come in, we're going to catch some big mackerel, in theory, and we're going to be very, very happy. But first, I got the call from Dennis. Dennis is one of the organisers of the comp, and I used to work with Dennis at the kayak shop, and we've forgotten the pink rashie. So the pink rashie gets awarded to someone that does something stupid throughout the comp, or something silly, or forgets something. So we've got to go past the kayak shop and grab it quickly, and then we'll hit the ferry and get over. It's over in North Stradbroke, a beautiful island, and very, very, very fun place to be. Anyway, let's go get this pink rashie, and we'll be on our way. There she is. Oh, beautiful. Oi. Kayaks, made it. Nice and close. We had to do a little bit of a call. So originally the whole family was coming, and so we could only get like a powered site. We don't need power, but we could only get a powered site all the way at the back of the campsite. And I just went and checked it out, and it was very wet and very dank, and it was not a nice spot. But at the last minute, the family is not coming, so I basically called and said there's actually some van sites, and it's right down here, right down near the water. So much nicer site, but they wouldn't let us set a tent up on this side. But I don't have a tent anymore. I'm doing the car, so this is going to work great. It is a bit wet. I can see actually why. Maybe like where I am here is pretty dry and sandy, but just down there and over there you can see it gets pretty muddy. Maybe that's why, because if it gets rainy it probably just turns into a swamp here, because we're right down on, see this here, there's a channel that runs with the drainage of the whole park. So maybe that's why. Maybe there is a reason, and they've had people run into problems before, because look how muddy it is there just driving out. But this is going to be the bed for tonight. A few people asked me a little bit about the camper actually. So I showed you, I just added these drawers down the bottom, but I don't think I'll be able to do this with one hand. Maybe I can put that down. So we've basically got the kitchen slide, and I made this top, so I added a bit of ply to get the drawers to sit on top of here. This is normally be the fridge slide, except I made it into just a drawer, so we get heaps more storage and I've got everything sort of ready to go. Gotta click those. So this slides right out now. It's got legs that you can fold up at the bottom, and then look at that bench space, out of control. That's something I'm not used to. And then we can still access our drawers, and we've got the fridge up here. So we are sitting pretty when it comes to bench space now. And you can just have one out if you want, and they all lock in. Kitchen and truck ready, truck camping ready, overland ready. Plus we've got the extra table here now that just slides out from the side, and we've got our battery hookup and everything's ready to plug in there. So we got our charging station, so that's all hooked up to DC charger. This is not expensive stuff either. Like, these were just from BCF, so they're just the XTM brand ones, so on the cheaper side of things, but pretty sturdy really. And then this is just a King's fridge, so that was on special. So like that was only, I don't know, what was it, like almost just about 300 bucks. It wasn't expensive. Oh, the car just auto leveled. But all up, to get such a like amazing, and like this is like from Temu, all this this storage thing here, you know, like I've done it really all on the cheap. I think these were from eBay, the rod holes and everything. Nothing in my car is super fancy or super expensive. It's taken me over a year to sort of slowly kit it out, obviously just saving money and adding it when I could. But yeah, like a couple of people asked in that last video, because you saw me slide out the utensils, I think, and they're all like, oh, do a review of the car. It's like, none of it's super expensive. It's pretty easy to achieve. Took me a while, but I got there, and you know what, I'm glad it took me a while, because over time I've just slowly been adding things like the box on top for all my wet gear and my wheels and stuff for the kayak. Plus we can fit chairs and a whole bunch more camping gear on the top there. It's got my solar panel on there. I had a bigger panel. You can see I've got the surfboard lock racks here, so I can just clip the surfboards on as well. So same deal, they lock in, same as the ones that are holding the kayak now. Just got a little solar panel on top. I had a bigger solar panel, but it wouldn't fit in this setup anymore. But the little one plus the DC to DC charger is heaps to power my fridge, so I'm not finding like I run out of power. And if I am running out of power, I simply just start the car. Like 15 minutes running the car with the DC to DC charger is surprisingly good at charging out the battery. Yeah, I cop a bit of flack from the old for the Land Rover, but people who know that these, for bang for buck, this car is awesome, man. There's no way I could afford half the like the old Prados and old banger Land Cruisers are getting around that are so expensive and archaic compared to this car for the similar years. Like, sure, they've got this great reputation, but I just couldn't afford them. And some of them had like 400,000, 300,000 Ks on them, whereas I could get this with just under 200,000 Ks. This is the petrol version. We have a diesel version as well. The turbo diesel, as much as I like the little extra grunt low down, and this is the first non-turbo car I've had for a long time actually, but I'm glad I've got the non-turbo. It's easier to work on. I've done everything from the struts, so all the oils, I've been servicing them both myself. And this one, this is the V6 petrol. This one is by far easier to work on and seems way more reliable. Maybe it's because when I got it, it was in better condition, like way better condition. But over time, it's proving to be a very reliable car, funnily enough, for a Land Rover. Touch wood, because being a Land Rover, that could change any second, like literally any second. It could just fall apart on me and turn into a nightmare. But look, so far so good. We have been through the trials with the diesel version, my wife's one, and I learnt a lot from that, and it's taught me a lot as well. Learnt a lot about how to fix things on it. I don't know if it's the kind of car I'd get if I wasn't happy to tinker and slowly kit things out, but the fact that I'm happy to do that, sorry, I'm coughing. Yeah, the fact that I'm happy to tinker and learn a bit about it and pull things apart and get under it. Bought plenty of car ramps and all kinds of things now to make everything sort of run a bit smoother. But now that I've got sort of most of the stuff I need, it's yeah, it's proved to be a great car. It comes with all the bells and whistles though, because they're quite a fancy car when you buy them. And the way they've designed like a brick inside now, like look at the control panel, it doesn't really date. It actually seems quite current and modern. And if you look at all the new four-wheel drives that are coming out now from 24 onwards, they're all going back to this brick box shape. Like even the Land Cruisers, all of them basically. You look at those Grenadiers, even the Defenders. The Defender, like the Defender looks like a Discovery now, doesn't it? But good for me, because what'll happen is all these boxy style four-wheel drives will come out, and then all the people with all the money can buy them, and then they get them sort of kitted out. But a lot of them, like even when I do school drop off, you can see all these Defenders pulling in, but all I'm doing is harvesting them in my mind. I'm like, good, all these soccer mum cars, and I'm like, none of them are clearly ever going to see like an off-road track or a bit of sand or a bit of mud. And I'm just like, right, I'll see you in 10 years or 15 years, because they'll all become my car once I can afford it. And yeah, but a lot of them, there's a lot of good ones that look like they're going to see very little hard use. So hopefully, I just got to wait it out and hopefully keep this thing running. But yeah, if you're happy to play around with them and tinker, I reckon, man, people might rubbish them. But four-wheel drive capabilities, if they're running, there's not much can beat them. So it's pretty cool. Yeah, for a stock kind of four-wheel drive. Not that I'm a hardcore four-wheel driver or anything like that. Anyway, I'm going to go for a walk down to the beach, and then we'll go and check out the campsite and say hello to a few people. Oh yeah, I can see how a tent could become a bit of an issue. It's very squinchy. Yeah, and I'm glad I got that spot site, because this one's a little lower. If someone comes in, yeah, you can see this is pretty muddy. Muddy May Suggins. Look how close that is. I could just walk straight down here with the kayak, get the wheels set up, and you can see a little bit of swamplands. That's why it's no tents, Rod. That's why. I wasn't happy when I was booking. I was like, why can't I put a tent there? It won't bother me. Oh, and look at that. A little bit of surf, but nothing to be worried about there. Oh, what a cracker. Definitely won't be going straight out that way. It's a lot more to deal with wave wise, but if we head straight out that way, I reckon we might be able to sneak out unscathed. Not bad though. What are these birds doing? They're definitely hitting something in that little guttery kind of in between the waves, in between the break. I don't know what's going on. Maybe Taylor. I think most of my fishing is going to be done just out there at Shag. I don't know, like it seems pretty good here now, but once we get past this little point here, I got a feeling it'll get significantly windy and terrible. You can see there's plenty of white caps out there. So it's actually not as nice as it looks. The wind is blowing about 20 to, I think, 26k gusts at the moment, but it's going to get significantly worse, I think. But then it does progressively get better tomorrow, but it's meant to be pouring with rain tomorrow. So we'll just have to see what we're presented with. Yeah, see that wind, we're getting a lot of protection because it's coming from the south, so straight back over that way on the island. Oh no, that looks great. Yeah, so much more protection from this. So you fish Saturday 2 sessions and Sunday 1 session, and then there's the prize giving. So it's quite a social event because it's in a big camping area. A lot of the campsites, as you can see, have kayaks in front. So it's a pretty cool event, but there's going to be plenty of fishing. So I guess we might pick this up. We'll do a little bit of the briefing, which will happen tonight, where we have some barbecue and they go through the rules and all the sort of the essential stuff you should know. And then apart from that, yeah, we'll hit the water in the morning. We'll see what it's like. Hopefully that wind just keeps chilling out and we'll get a sort of a good go at it, because if not, maybe Amity Point. If they sometimes, in previous years when the weather's been really bad, they have opened up Amity, which is another spot to try, and apparently, yeah, the longtails are there, so yeah, but we'll see what happens. But we'll pick it up at the briefing, eh?
Fingers crossed, it is trending downwards, so hopefully it gets a bit better. It's looking good from that point of view at least.
Responsibility to find Dennis, not Dennis to find you. Okay, so when you get back, go up to Dennis and say, I'm back. And he'll sign you back in.
Yes, how the pink rashy works is drop your mates in. If they do anything really dumb, they get to wear it for the session. So if you've got anything to tell me for the first session tomorrow, we'll get somebody in that's nice and early. Bosman, Rod Pacitti, Dan Bennington, Dean Giddings, Ian Balderston. You lucky. The next team is the Brisbane Benito, and we'll get Robbie Thompson up. You guys get scored, as you know. I know you've all read the rules back and front.
Morning. How's it going? Which way do we go here? So around here looks pretty reasonable. No need to make myself work too hard today. Guess we probably need to get it off the wheels if we're going to get in the water, don't we?
Kai Brown.
See ya.
Lee, I've seen you. Leo Gatton.
Yes, man.
Yep.
It's beautiful pink sky, but it's very deceiving. As soon as we get around that corner, it's going to be blowing a gale. So, mentally preparing myself for that. But, you know, what's new? So, look at that. That's beautiful, isn't it? What a sunrise. Suppose we should get moving. This is me. That one could almost get me. I know, what joy. It's not that bad though. Thought it was going to be worse. Good luck. I guess here looks about as good as any. So what we're rolling with is one live bait rod and then one soft plastics rod, and then just jigging liveys. Put some kind of lucky hat on, not quite my lucky pen hat, but it appears to have blown off on the boat again. So we're back to the classic stealth. We are on our way to catching fish. I don't think there's any real rush. I don't think the person that gets here first is the one that's going to catch all the fish today. Get the live bait well filled up. Now, we have bait ready. Just got to find them. Everyone's right in the thick of it there. Should be where they are. That looks like a reasonable spot to drop it. No. Oh, there we go, we've got something. Yuckers, yes. It is the right bait. About to run into a bunch of people here. Ooh, jumbo. We're getting more and more. Then we have a whole session. I don't want to run out of bait. This is the main session. We're out here. We don't want to stuff around. So we want to just load up on a decent amount. I'm going to go get one more load. And then I think we'll call that satisfactory. You can always still keep trying, but sometimes you just can't get them after this. So we don't want to miss the chance. We'll do the old soft plastic trick where we just dangle it out the back, because tuna love a cheeky soft plastic just sitting around. And let's preempt the fish and get this cork off too. Alright, it'll be one smooth operation. So we'll get this out, and because we'll definitely start dropping the soft plastic as well. Lots of fun dropping soft plastics here. You never know what you could get. Giant spangled emperor, giant snapper, or even just small snapper. Well, it's starting to rain. Okay, you. That many baits in here, I can't seem to catch one. Alright, you're a good one. In the crutch. Alright, we'll get a livey out. See if we can entice something. Alright. Oh boy. What a day for fishing, hey? But we gotta work with what we got. Okay. Bait on. Chuck him out there like that. Seems about right. Maybe a little bit more. A little bit more sauce. Think I got it sorted now. It's definitely on, isn't it? And it's recording, okay. I think we sorted it out. I think I updated the firmware late last night when I got back into the car, and it's obviously wigged it out. But we're back on top. So let's turn around, see if we can actually get back into a fishing zone. Not that the fish can't be just out in the middle of nowhere like here. But we'll get a soft plastic on as well. We'll drop the fish, throw this livey around a bit. Hopefully we'll be sitting pretty with a big Spanish. I'm going to try and drop on this spot, because there is a few interesting marks floating around. If I can get this bait to go down. Here we go. The problem is we're going to get pushed back on our own lines, so we've got to just be careful. We just had that issue a second ago as well. Okay, we've got something here. It's not big though, but it's nice to know the soft plastics are working. Little mini emperor. Look at him. But look, it means they're biting. It's a good thing. Okay. Okay, he's gone. Not quite big enough, but it's something. It's a start. Hopefully hook up here. This is going to be a bit tricky. Something's definitely come up to meet it though. But I'm going to have to pull the pin on that one because, look, there he is. Tiny something, whatever it is. You can see they pulled it off. So we'll keep it that. I don't really want these small emperors, but if we can get a bigger one. We might have to put a heavier sort of, I brought these little vibe kind of jigs that might get down a bit quicker. Maybe we put something like that on, because this is going to be really hard to fish otherwise. Jeez, beautiful day to be out in the water. Okay, here he goes, back in, another little emperor. But yeah, by the time we're getting down there and then we get something like that, it's a bit it's not exactly being worth it, but we'll keep at it. Let's get a couple of baits out. Just can't seem to get anything bigger than these tiny little guys. Oh, different type maybe this time. Different type, but still definitely not the target. Oh, alright, oh jeez. Okay, we finally at least got a hit on something. So we'll definitely do another loop around there. Some just ripped him clean off. Pity we didn't get any kind of hookup. Maybe we'll put a slightly smaller bait on. Okay, we got a problem here. So we've got a decent fish, but it's pulling me straight around my other line. This is going to be a tangle and a half, but there's not much I can do about it. Come on. Okay, this is the only sort of decent hit I've had all day, but I switched to one of those vibes and it sort of seems to have worked. We'll be in a lot of trouble if that other line goes off, but we just got to risk it, I guess, for a sec. Come on. Come on. Come on, I want you around that side. Getting a little bit of line back though, which is good. Okay. Let's just get this fish in so we can waste something in. What's it gonna be though? That's the big question. Hopefully it's a good reefy. Wouldn't mind a decent fish for dinner as well. Don't have anything in the fridge except beer. And I don't really feel like another one of them. What have we got? Oh, we've got a nice spangled emperor. That's a beauty. We'll weigh him in for sure. Oh, he's a good one. Come on, let's not lose him. In we go. Alright, we got a decent fish. That's a great one. Seen bigger. Not as big as Fox's one, but not bad at all. Alright, we need to sort this out in a big way. Which way can I go to get this off? Okay. Okay, if we take that off as well. So if I go under this one. Okay, that's off, that's actually off, cool. Okay, let's just let that take the tension back up. But we got a good fish, that's good. And I tell you what, it's not a moment too soon, because I was losing hope. Something to weigh in. And beautiful to eat. Spangled emperor are a prize catch in regards to that. Well, I think anyway. But look at that fish, it's a great fish. Okay, we'll take care of him. We'll get our hook back as well. Geez, that was the first drop I did with the new I don't think I even recorded it, but that was the first drop I even bothered to do with the with that vibe on instead of the soft plastics. Get the knife out and deal with him, but for now, that is a big win. Geez, these are more elastic than soft plastics. They didn't break easy, but that's what did the damage in the end. Little vibe, basically gets down a little quicker and not getting beaten up as much, obviously, by the little packers. But that's a cracker of a fish. The time, we just bang on 10, we've got to be in by 11, so I don't want to leave it too late. But we've got the wind behind our back, so we should be able to get in fairly quick. But you know what? Since as that vibe did so well, I might go back on and just try and have 1 or 2 more drops before I start to head in. Got another fish there. All I did is got it down to the bottom and jigged a few times, and we were on again. A small snapper. But this vibe is clearly working. Oh, come on. Clearly working better than anything else I was doing. Unfortunately, he's not the size we need. Come on. But the fact that he came after it like that gives me even more faith in what's going on here. A little pinky. Look at that. See you later, buddy. Definitely want your bigger brother though. Big snapper. That'd be nice to come paddling in with. Running out of time now. I'm going to have to head in. It's a pity because I think we're onto a good thing there. A couple little bumps, but couldn't quite get another hook up. But I think we're out of time. It's 1:15 now. By the time I get in, I don't want to leave it too late. So I have to make the call, but that's alright because we've got 2 more sessions. Hightail it in, or are we going to put a bait out? Look at that. Barely even paddling. Had it up to 11 k's an hour then, and I wasn't even doing anything. That's what we've been fighting in the opposite direction. It's been terrible.
Where do you want to go? You here? Yeah, that's getting anything?
Just one spank on Emperor.
Oh, good work.
Took a bit of doing though. Not easy.
Did you get it just
That's a good thing.
I got this one out at middle actually in the end. Yeah.
Hey?
Yeah, I got sick and tired of shag. There we go.
Hey!
We got something.
That's a nice one.
Yeah. No, it wasn't a. Yeah. It's just Jimmy. Hey guys. Some kangaroos just chilling. What's he doing? Grooming his tail. But we'll have to fillet this guy down, I think. Up you come. That is a cracker of a Spangled Emperor, if I do say so myself. Not bad. The scales on these guys are pretty tough, so you just gotta work your way through it. other than beer in there now. Well, we've dealt with most of the fish, but we just kept a couple of the offcuts and scrapings and bits and pieces. And I'm just going to cut it up into strips. A bit of vinegar. I'm running a little low on pepper here. And I don't even think my salt's in here for some reason. Must use it at camping. That's a bit of a bummer. But the crimpies should have enough. A little bit of vinegar. That's just red wine vinegar. I wanted white wine vinegar, but unfortunately they were all out. It's just chili infused olive oil. It's meant to be drying. Sit on me cheap Kmart chair. Alright, so he's clearly the male and then there's two females there. So I walked past before and he just looked at me and went, "What are you doing? Don't come too close." And he just went, "Rrr." I was like, alright. Anyway, we've literally just made a very, very quick vinaigrette. And these should have enough salt on them, the crimpies. So, let's try some Spangled Emperor. Pretty good. It's basically like a really simple version of, remember how I did that bonito? I got the idea from when I did the bonito and it sat in the olive oil for a couple of hours, and I was like, it really was just vinegar and oil that did all the hard work, and then the rest was just seasoning. I was like, you know what, maybe I'll just do some offcuts just like that, but basically the quick version. And that's exactly what we've ended up with. Just a little bit of fish, red wine vinegar, probably white wine vinegar to give it less colour, which is probably better. Salt and pepper, but we didn't even use salt because the crimpies are pretty highly salted and flavoured. It was the only cracker I had. It's just basically whatever I had in the in the car. Perfect. Not a bad snack. Keep me going. But yeah, apart from that, we're just going to hang out for an hour. I think we do a big group photo with the comp t-shirt on, which I'm wearing now, which you can't see. But yeah, apart from that, we are resting up for the afternoon session, which will probably be tacked onto this part of the video, or maybe we'll save it for tomorrow. We'll see what this one turned out like, and whether we can justify making it into 2 videos. But we've also got a tomorrow session as well, so yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna finish my snack.